A star snubbed ESPN's questionable decision. In a move that left many fans and analysts scratching their heads, ESPN made a controversial decision that has sparked widespread debate and criticism. ESPN shook the basketball world. The sports network, known for its comprehensive coverage and expert analysis, released their top 5 greatest women's college basketball players of all time. They released their top 5 greatest women's college basketball players. The list was meant to celebrate the best of the best, those who have left an indelible mark on the sport. Caitlin Clark, nowhere to be found. Despite her incredible performances and undeniable talent, she was conspicuously absent from the list. The reason? No national championship. ESPN's criteria seemed to heavily favor players who had led their teams to national titles, overlooking individual brilliance in the process. ESPN claimed team success trumps individual brilliance. Fans cried foul. The backlash was immediate and intense, with many arguing that Clark's contributions to the game went far beyond her team's achievements. How could they ignore a player of Clark's caliber? The debate raged on. Sports analysts and fans alike took to social media and talk shows to voice their discontent, questioning the validity of ESPN's criteria. Many felt ESPN missed the mark. They believed that by focusing solely on championships, ESPN failed to recognize the true essence of what makes a player great. Clark's impact went beyond wins and losses. She electrified the game. She drew massive crowds. She inspired a generation. Her ability to perform under pressure and her flair for the dramatic made her a fan favorite. By prioritizing championships, ESPN narrowed its scope. They overlooked the players who, despite not winning it all, brought something special to the game. They overlooked the intangible qualities that make a player truly great. Qualities like leadership, resilience, and the ability to inspire teammates and fans alike. Clark's omission sparked a crucial conversation about how we define greatness in sports. It challenged us to look beyond the trophies and accolades, and to appreciate the players who leave a lasting impact on the game and its fans. Caitlin Clark's stats speak for themselves. 3-time NCAA scoring leader, 3-time assist leader. Her dominance on the court is unparalleled, and her ability to consistently perform at such a high level is nothing short of extraordinary. From her early days, it was clear that Clark was destined for greatness. Her work ethic, combined with her natural talent, has made her a force to be reckoned with in women's college basketball. 2-time Naismith Player of the Year. The list goes on. Her accolades are a testament to her skill and dedication. Each award, each recognition, is a reflection of the countless hours she has spent honing her craft. It's not just about the titles, it's about the journey, the perseverance, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. She's the only player in NCAA history to lead in both scoring and assists in a single season. She did it twice. Clark shattered records. Her vision on the court, her ability to read the game, and her precision in execution are what set her apart. Every pass, every shot, every move is calculated and executed with perfection. She became the all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball. This achievement is not just a personal milestone, but a significant moment in the history of the sport. It speaks volumes about her consistency, her ability to perform under pressure, and her unwavering focus. She surpassed legends like Kelsey Plum and Sabrina Ionescu. These are names that have defined women's basketball, and for Clark to surpass them is a testament to her extraordinary talent and hard work. It's a passing of the torch, a new era led by a new icon. Her scoring prowess is undeniable, but it's not just about the points she scores, it's about how she scores them, her range, her accuracy, her ability to create opportunities out of nothing. These are the qualities that make her a scoring machine. But Clark is more than just a scorer. Her basketball IQ is off the charts. She sees plays before they happen, anticipates her opponent's moves, and always seems to be one step ahead. This makes her an invaluable asset to her team. She's a facilitator, a leader, a floor general. She elevates her teammates. Her leadership on the court is evident in every game. She knows how to bring out the best in her teammates, how to motivate them, and how to lead by example. She makes everyone around her better. Her impact is immeasurable. It's not just about her individual stats, it's about the collective success of the team. Clark's presence on the court transforms her team, making them stronger, more cohesive, and more formidable. Her legacy will be remembered not just for her personal achievements, but for the way she uplifted everyone around her. The argument against Clark hinges on one thing: championships. Her supporters draw a parallel to Larry Bird. Bird led Indiana State to the NCAA championship game in 1979. He lost, but his legacy remains untouched. He's considered one of the greatest basketball players ever. Why? Because he dominated the game. Bird, like Clark, transcended his team's success. He showcased unparalleled skill, basketball IQ, and competitive fire. He captivated audiences. He changed the way the game was played. Championships matter, but they don't tell the whole story. Greatness can manifest in many forms. Clark, like Bird, embodies that. ESPN chose Cheryl Miller over Clark for their top 5 list. Miller, a 4-time All-American, led USC to 2 national championships. She's undoubtedly a legend. But context matters. Miller played alongside an incredibly talented USC squad. Clark carried Iowa on her back. Clark faced tougher competition, night in and night out. She didn't have the luxury of a stacked roster. She willed her team to victory with sheer talent and determination. Comparing their careers solely on championships ignores the nuances of their situations. Clark's achievements, given her circumstances, are arguably more impressive. A glaring hypocrisy emerges when evaluating players from different programs. Analysts often argue for nuanced evaluations in other areas. For example, some advocate for considering socioeconomic background in college admissions. Why not apply the same logic to basketball? Winning a championship at a powerhouse program like UConn is different than winning at Iowa. The resources, the talent pool, the expectations, they're not comparable. Clark's achievements at a program like Iowa should be viewed through a different lens. Ignoring this context perpetuates a system that favors established dynasties over individual brilliance. Clark's impact transcends gender. She's often compared to male basketball legends. Her style evokes Magic Johnson's flash and Larry Bird's sharpshooting. Her on-court vision is reminiscent of Steve Nash. These comparisons speak volumes about her talent. She's not just a great women's basketball player, she's a great basketball player, period. Her ability to control the pace of the game, find open teammates, and score at will puts her in a class of her own. Her legacy will be defined by her impact on the game as a whole, not just her gender. Clark's exclusion from ESPN's list raises concerns about systemic bias. Are we truly evaluating players based on merit, or are unconscious biases creeping into the equation? Is it harder for players from non-traditional powerhouses to receive the recognition they deserve? These are questions we must grapple with. The history of sports, particularly women's sports, is rife with examples of overlooked talent and minimized achievements. Ignoring the possibility of bias would be a disservice to the athletes who have tirelessly broken down barriers and paved the way for future generations. The Caitlin Clark debate compels us to redefine greatness in sports. Is it solely defined by championships, or is it about pushing boundaries, inspiring others, and leaving an indelible mark on the game? Clark, even without a title, embodies the latter. Her electrifying style of play has captivated audiences and drawn new eyes to women's basketball. She's become a role model for young girls, proving that anything is possible with hard work and dedication. Her impact extends far beyond the win-loss column. It's about inspiring a generation and changing the perception of what's possible. ESPN's decision to exclude Clark sends a disheartening message. Caitlin Clark, a name synonymous with excellence in women's basketball, has been a beacon of inspiration for many young athletes. Her exclusion from ESPN's coverage is not just a simple oversight, it is a reflection of a deeper issue within the sports media landscape. By sidelining such a prominent figure, ESPN inadvertently diminishes the hard work and dedication that female athletes put into their craft. This decision is a stark reminder of the ongoing struggle for equality in sports, where women's achievements are often overshadowed by their male counterparts. It reinforces the notion that championships are the be-all and end-all, even when the context suggests otherwise. While winning titles is undoubtedly significant, it is not the sole measure of an athlete's worth or impact. Caitlin Clark's influence extends far beyond the court. She has inspired countless young girls to pick up a basketball and dream big. Her journey, marked by perseverance and passion, deserves recognition regardless of the number of trophies she has won. By focusing solely on championships, we risk overlooking the broader contributions that athletes like Clark make to their sport and society. It undermines the incredible talent and impact of a player who has captivated the basketball world. Caitlin Clark's performances have been nothing short of spectacular, drawing attention and admiration from fans and experts alike. Her ability to dominate games, coupled with her sportsmanship and leadership, sets her apart as a true role model. Ignoring her achievements sends a message that individual brilliance and the ability to inspire are secondary to winning titles. This perspective is not only narrow-minded but also detrimental to the growth and appreciation of women's sports. This misstep has broader implications for women's sports. It highlights the persistent disparities in how male and female athletes are perceived and valued. When media outlets like ESPN fail to adequately recognize female athletes, it perpetuates a cycle of inequality that affects everything from sponsorship deals to media coverage. This lack of recognition can have a cascading effect, discouraging young girls from pursuing sports and depriving them of role models who look like them. It is crucial for major sports networks to lead by example and give female athletes the visibility and respect they deserve. It perpetuates the idea that women's sports are held to a different standard. Female athletes often have to work twice as hard to receive half the recognition of their male counterparts. This double standard is evident in the way media coverage is allocated, with men's sports receiving the lion's share of attention and resources. By excluding Caitlin Clark, ESPN has reinforced this inequity, sending a message that women's sports are somehow less important or less worthy of coverage. This mindset needs to change if we are to achieve true equality in the world of sports. It undervalues the achievements of athletes who are fighting for recognition and equality. Female athletes like Caitlin Clark are not just competing for titles. They are also battling for a place in the spotlight and for the respect they rightfully deserve. Their achievements should be celebrated and highlighted, not overlooked or minimized. By giving them the recognition they deserve, we can help to break down the barriers that have long held women back in the world of sports. It is time for media outlets to step up and play their part in promoting gender equality. ESPN's decision was not just a snub. It was a missed opportunity to celebrate a once-in-a-generation talent and acknowledge the evolving definition of greatness in sports. Caitlin Clark represents the future of women's basketball, and her story is one of resilience, skill, and inspiration. By failing to highlight her achievements, ESPN has missed a chance to connect with a broader audience and to promote a more inclusive and equitable vision of sports. It is time for all of us to recognize and celebrate the incredible contributions of female athletes and to ensure that their stories are told with the respect and admiration they deserve. It was a missed opportunity to celebrate a once-in-a-generation talent and acknowledge the evolving definition of greatness in sports. Caitlin Clark's journey is a testament to what can be achieved with hard work, dedication, and passion. Her story deserves to be told, and her achievements deserve to be celebrated. By giving her the recognition she deserves, we can help to inspire the next generation of female athletes and to promote a more inclusive and equitable vision of sports. It is time for us to step up and ensure that the incredible contributions of female athletes are given the spotlight they deserve.